to pick some Stephen A. Smith. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Sign up with promo code HOOPS.
Nick from Santa Clara. Now you have 45 seconds to make a copy of this particular shot. It is from the game 2 of the series, Pat Spencer shot. We're gonna look at the video and to the Warriors shot. So, Nick, take a look at the video board. Let's see. To make a copy of this particular shot, it is from the game 2 of the series, Pat Spencer shot. We're gonna look at the video and to the Warriors shot. So, Nick, take a look at the video board. Let's see. To make a copy of this particular shot, it is from the game 2 of the series, Pat Spencer shot. We're gonna look at the video and plenty of time. Make some noise. Big Nick with the bank shot. No, not yet. Give him the ball. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Make some noise. Big Nick with the bank shot. No, not yet. Give him the ball. Plenty of time. 10 seconds. Don't worry. Let's do it. No pressure. And one more. Squeeze it. 3, 2, 1. You know what? Thanks for trying, everybody. Let's make some noise for Nick. You know what? It's playoff time. Guess what? We're going to hook you up anyways. Nick, right there. Copy that shot. Presented by Chase Frito.
Can you feel my pain? I hit the floor to look at my eyes.
Hey, Dub Nation, every home game this year, your special guests who play a vital role in supporting the Bay Area community. And tonight, we welcome City of San Francisco men's basketball team, who recently just won the state championship. So Dub Nation, make some noise for them right now. Congratulate this team, and let's give them a
Thursday on ESPN, the conference semifinals continue. How many games we have yet to be determined. We know for sure from Denver, Game 6 between the Thunder and Nuggets. Game 5 tomorrow with that series 2-2. Can Cleveland knock off Indiana on its home floor tomorrow to force a Game 6 Thursday at Indiana?
You know, Golden State's played quite a bit of zone here, starting with the early second quarter, and this is why. You want to funnel the ball in certain places. That time they got on Anthony Edwards' left side to keep it out of the hands of Julius Randle. They'll live with Mike Conley taking contested threes.
To your point, Randle and Edwards are 8 of 14 from 3 as Green misses. And the rest of the team is just 4 for 13 from three-point range. Anthony Edwards has 5 of Minnesota's last 6 baskets, including a 30-footer at the buzzer to end the first half. Drives on heel, swing to Randle. Jab and fire. Randle's 3 no good. Rebound Butler. By the way, Butler hasn't scored or even taken a shot since the midway point of the second quarter. But he scores there. 9 points and ties the game.
Rush screen near half court to give him some freedom to attack. Rudy Gobert was not willing to come out and challenge that. It's an easy 15-footer for Butler.
Edwards step through, foul, and puts it in with the left hand. Anthony Edwards, who led the NBA in threes this year, is equally deadly, maybe even more so on the drive.
Well, this is the part of his game that has improved dramatically. Number one, just the creativity with the handle in tight spaces, but then he's so patient. For a guy this athletic that gets downhill with such acceleration, the way he stops and slows everything down to let you drop back to the ground before he releases the ball.
Been able to get that shot off before their feet hit the floor, and it's still just a shooting foul. 2 free throws rather than an and one, as an offensive foul is called here on the screen on the Warriors. It's on Buddy Hield.
match found.
Boy,
He got his knee into his quad a little bit, but Julius Randle, I think, sold that pretty
So as well. Empty possession though for Minnesota. 3-point Wolves lead. Butler driving. Goes underneath Gobert, and Gobert stood his ground, didn't foul him. Numbers for the Wolves. Randle takes to the corner, Conley. And Mike Conley's three pushes the lead to 6.
That's a big turn right there. I think Jimmy Butler took the ball too deep. He had the same shot he just hit. A little pull-up 12-footer, decided to challenge Gobert.
Great defense by Gobert, blocking Kuminga. Offensive rebound, Butler. And now a foul inside is called on Butler. Second personal on Jimmy Butler. So 2 offensive fouls here in the last 30 seconds by the Warriors.
Yeah, the shot he turned down led to a 3 by Mike Conley, but there you see the hook around Anthony Edwards. Turned down led to a 3 by Mike Conley, but there you see the hook around Anthony Edwards. Turned down led to a 3 by Mike Conley, but there you see the hook around Anthony Edwards. Turned down led to a 3 by Mike Conley, but there you see the hook around Anthony.
Do they know what it means to be truly afraid?
He's forced to go
I'll show
to
them.
his right to shoot those back lean backs. He's not very comfortable that time. Throws the ball into the first row.
Green likely will be named NBA All-Defense for the 9th time in his career. 3rd Defensive Player of the Year honors. Shot clock down to 4. Minnesota on a 10-2 run. Kuminga. Again, excellent defense from Rudy Gobert, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Edwards tries another 3. Edwards switches that one home. Rips the net on a triple. He's got 25. That's his 5th 3.
Right now, the moment for Minnesota. Get out of here.
Reload. Enemy spotted
Going
B.
to take over this game. Golden State's not staying connected enough on the perimeter.
He's got 11 in the quarter. He's owned the second half in this series. Right there. Smith is missing. Rebound McDaniels. Ball in the hands of Edwards again. Edwards for 3. Of course. Anthony Edwards can't miss. He's got 14 in the quarter.
Last player standing.
12.
Spike down B.
3-1 in the series.
Anthony Edwards on fire right now for the Timberwolves.
Stealing
Taking
sight.
over this game from deep. Trying to get the separation. Bring this thing back to Minnesota. Up 3-1 if they can hold on.
Hey, manners. I'm sorry, Sage. She didn't mean it.
For real.
I need a drop. Time to jump.
So now you know the game.
Deep.
Are you ready?
Shadows traveling.
My ultimate is ready.
Here. Cover going out.
Let's hear it. The Hardwood Classics.
Got the spike, Wings. Spike sticky. Thanks, little man.
Enemy spotted B.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted B.
When you can glitter and shine.
Last player standing.
How many bedazzled fans do we have? We want to see it. Get on up.
Damn, bro.
Let's
What's
see it.
going
It's
on?
our bedazzled fans. Yes, I love it. From her hat and her jacket. I don't
Never show weakness.
Ooh, let's see it. Let's see that jacket. Show it off. Oh, you're trying to outshine me. Hey, I love that shirt. Get it.
Sparkles. Nice. Look at that. Ooh.
Oh, I want that hat. I love that. Show it off, girl.
This is business.
Oh, nice birdie. Takes it right there.
Last month, coaches
Neutralized.
autism themed Nike shoes to celebrate
here.
NBA's Autism Acceptance Month. The game-worn shoes were autographed and are being auctioned by Sotheby's from May 13th through May 20th. 100% of the
Enemy
proceeds-
My ult is ready.
Reloading.
No distraction.
Memorabilia
Cover going out.
to the Max Foundation. The last 7 It's a
One enemy.
put up a 12-point lead. He has more threes, 6, than the Warriors.
My ult's ready.
5.
The Warriors offense is really hurting them as much as anything right now. Points to the first
Last round in the half.
Kuminga
Spend
misses
everything. We keep nothing.
At what point does Jimmy Butler say, I have to take over. I have to be the one to look to score?
now. You're asking my opinion on it. And they've got to treat this like almost like a game 7 to try to get this back, even extend the series. You know that they're hoping that Steph Curry makes an appearance at some point.
Edwards bricked that one. Shot clock violation. It did not hit the rim. 14 points in a quarter for Edwards. 28 points for the game.
Reloading.
Butler sometimes doesn't look comfortable. Trigger when he goes into penetration mode. He comes to these jump stops and passes out. Right now is not the time for him to
Spike down B.
Get out of my way.
matchups, even if Minnesota loads up to his side.
Just 8 shot attempts for Butler, and he's only been to the line twice, and that was basically at the beginning of the game. That's a problem if he's not getting to the free
Cover
throw.
going out.
Kuminga in the corner, 16.5 points for him, hasn't scored yet here in the third.
Last player standing.
For the Warriors. Shot clock down to 4. Great defense. Edwards pokes it away.
Blinding.
Randall and Edwards have combined for 50 points. DiVincenzo
Ultimate is ready.
for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pokes it away. Meanwhile,
Switching sides.
It's on Peyton. They're falling apart.
I
The
will
offensive
take
end right
back
now.
what is
That's
mine.
really been their biggest enemy. I mean, they're having a hard time guarding the three-point line down here. But if Minnesota's taking the ball out of the net, it's much easier to match up.
I need a drop.
Communications down. I think Anthony Edwards' hot hand now permeating
I need a
the
drop.
rest of the roster. DiVincenzo feeling one.
Look at the score here this quarter. It's a 15-0 run by Minnesota. The game was tied at the 8-minute mark. Now it's Reed for 3. In and out. But Gobert with the rebound. And gets tangled up by Draymond Green. A foul on Green. That's his second. Third team foul.
Gobert just immediately, Draymond Green went into front position when that shot goes in the air. Very difficult with that size advantage Gobert has to get him rooted out of there. Gobert gets an opportunity, an offensive rebound.
Here's Edwards. Stops at the free throw line and scores again. 30 points for Anthony Edwards. 17 straight for Minnesota.
Spike down B.
And without Steph Curry, the Warriors have enough firepower to come back.
Last player standing.
Foul here on Edwards. Well, third personal.
Blinding.
Spike planted. Match point.
They mess with one of us, they mess with all of us.
They desperately need something to stop the bleeding.
They don't get it though. He'll miss the 3. Edwards is outscoring the Warriors 16 to 6 or 16 to 8 here in the quarter. But a turnover by Edwards. Interception from Pajemski. Kuminga downhill gets the layup. that stops the bleeding for now, ending a 17-0 run. 3-minute mark, 15-point lead for the Wolves.
The fun begins traveling.
Before they go home, Game 5 Wednesday. Lob to Gobert from Alexander Walker.
Well, Golden State has gotten away from the zone. They got back to it right now.
Traveling.
Do not allow that level of dribble penetration to get in the zone. There's no backside protection.
Butler finally finds his way back to the free throw line. Got the layup, +1.
Yeah, I mean, Golden State goes zone. You've got to contain dribble penetration.
Omen.
In zone. This
Go
is
to A.
Put Draymond Green in a really tough spot. But Jimmy Butler answers the other way with one of the few early pushes Golden State has had in this half.
Spike planted.
After doing a lot of that in the first half.
So Anthony Edwards gets his fourth foul. If you're Chris Finch, take him in, take him out. He wants to stay in, but he's going to take a seat with 2:43 to go in the third.
Yeah, I don't think you can risk that.
Cover going out.
Imposter kill.
Got due for a blow anyway. Got a hot hand with a 15-point lead. You figure you can close out the quarter well over the last 2:40 and not risk something where Anthony Edwards potentially misses.
Last player standing.
He missed half of the second quarter of Game 2 due to an ankle injury, but was not on the injury report.
One enemy remaining.
36 and not on the injury report. Here today.
Good save. Good save.
Attackers win.
And getting the basket is Alexander Walker.
Well, that's a beautiful thing right now for Minnesota. The way they're moving the basketball, it's just free. Every right read is being made. The spacing is great. And Golden State just does not have an answer how to slow them down.
Pajemski will try it. Short on the three. Warriors just 5 for 19 from three-point range. Timeout, Minnesota. The Wolves in command, up 16, late in the third.
Run it, run it. Hit the pop rock, hit the pop rock. Hit the pop rock, hit the pop rock. Hit the pop rock, hit the pop rock. Hit the pop rock, hit the pop. Run it, run it.
A young boy hop out. Yes, I'm a knockout. I bring fire when I pop out. Born from a volcano. I drain gang like a sick Drano. Uncanny. I'm going near me. Hit 100 note streak, get the whammy. Boy, I rap tight like a Trojan. That woman is a bad omen. I like it dangerous, dangerous. You cannot hang with us. Godzilla put the flame in us. There is no saving us. There is no changing us.
All right, hang tough, fellas. Hang tough. Hey, they're hitting everything right now. They're not going to do this the entire game, but we got to handle our business. We got to make them miss. We got to rebound everything. All right.
Well, the best defense tonight against Anthony Edwards is to have him on the bench, and that's where he is right now because of foul trouble. Can Steve Kerr's offense find something? They've been outscored 31-13 here in the third quarter. Jimmy Butler has just not looked himself here tonight. Not as aggressive as we saw the other night. Game 3, 12 points. Team down 16. Nice pass. Randall with the stuff. DiVincenzo with the find.
I mean, this is just a clinic right now Minnesota's putting on with their half-court offense.
Kuminga hangs and got that one to fall. Jonathan Kuminga, the leading scorer for the Warriors tonight with 20. Alexander Walker turning the corner. The bench 4 for 4.
There's no resistance right now for Golden State. Minnesota just too easy off the ball, go wherever they want with it. It's not just the three-point shooting. They're getting anything they want at the rim, and now here they are turning up the defense to get some transition.
McDaniels finishes at the rim, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have pushed the lead to 20 with a minute to go in the third. Foul called on DiVincenzo about 45 feet away from the basket. fourth team foul. There'll be a side out of bounds. It's the first in the last 2 minutes. Second personal on DiVincenzo.
You think about all the energy Golden State expended on Saturday to stay in that game, a one-possession game with 4 minutes to go. Didn't walk out of here with a win. And I think it's taken a toll on them in this one. Can't keep coming back from 8 and 10-point deficits all night, and eventually Minnesota's going to push it out, which they have here to close the quarter.
Minnesota 53% shooting, 16 of 31 from 3. Offensive foul on Julius Randle. That's just his second personal.
There you go, Pod.
Now, Golden State they got a 2-for-1 opportunity here. If they can get it down to 15 going into the fourth quarter, we'll see. Kuminga going one-on-one, spinning on Randle. Randle blocks it. Great defensive play. Out of bounds, off the Warriors.
Well, I like what Kuminga did there. You had to go 2 for 1. You need as many possessions as you can have. He's just trying to be aggressive, get to the rim, and Julius Randle stayed with that until the very last second to get his hand on that basketball.
About an 8-second difference between the game and shot clocks here at the end of the third quarter. Randle on the cut, and Randle banks it home. He's got 26. He and Edwards have combined for 56 of the 97 points for the Wolves. Buddy Hield driving and throws it away with 8.7 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Well, that's just a situation where Buddy Hield had turned the corner. You've got to get that up on the glass. You have an advantage. You have a half step on the defender. You don't have Rudy Gobert on the floor coming from the weak side. He's trying to make a play for a 3, but sometimes take the easy one that's there. I think Buddy Hield could have got that all the way to the rim for a layup.
Minnesota matching its largest lead of the game. At 20 points, Draymond Green will check in for defense. 8.7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Wolves trying to go up 3-1 in the series. Warriors had a foul to give, so they take it there. Third on Green, 6.2 seconds left. The Wolves trailed by 2 at halftime. They've scored 39 points here in the third quarter to 17 for Golden State. 4 seconds left. Alexander Walker with 3. Finds Randle. Gets the shot away. It's no good. But Minnesota 1 quarter away from taking a commanding 3-1 lead with Game 5 back in the Twin Cities. Anthony Edwards has been a star throughout this series against the Warriors.
Why you sound a tickle? I'm feeling them. Easy now, you need figure down. Easy now, you need figure down. Jelly and the football when you run come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. Football when you run come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. Football when you run come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. Football when you run come around, 'cause know you're the talk of the town, yeah. Best sound overall, shiny and tall, one touch make a girl climb over the wall. Brass hot hotter than fireball, whoop whoop. You're not small, you're not little at all. That touch just step on me mind, yeah. The good feeling, dip and rewind, yeah. Make me wobble, make me whole body bubble. I mean, what's a couple when you're ready for the double and you hit that note in the middle. Play with it a little. Why you sound a tickle? I'm telling you that hit that note in the middle. Stay with it a little.
Bay Area. Bay Area. Here on Warriors ground, it's time to get locked in for the fourth.
Play brought to you by Allstate.
Well, Anthony Edwards understanding the significance of trying to get this road win. Aggressive from the start. He's got Minnesota on the brink.
I don't know how he made that shot.
I don't either.
I have to make myself some chamomile tea because I'm low-key sick right now.
Dub Nation, let them hear you. Warriors.
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 Ah.
Warriors. Warriors.
Welcome to the Bay!
Dub Nation, you know what time it is! It's the fourth quarter! We ain't done yet! Let's go! Whose house this?
Playoffs presented by Google. Conference semifinals delivered by Chipotle. Minnesota dominates the third quarter, outscoring Golden State 39-17 on 65% shooting. They made 6 threes.
That's not good.
In that third quarter. Anthony Edwards 16 points. He has 30 for the game. And as we start the fourth quarter, Minnesota looking to go up 3-1 in the series. They have a 20-point lead and a foul.
Match found.
10 seconds in.
And you'll see Minnesota now really extend defensively to take away, any three-point shooting, because that's the best way to erase a deficit. And just important to take care of the basketball right now with the 20-point lead here with a quarter to play.
And Jimmy Butler starting the fourth quarter on the bench. DiVincenzo with 5 on the shot clock. Offensive foul. As that's the third on Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Katie George.
Yeah, Dave, Steph Curry just told his teammates during the last break, we need to have the same energy and body language as we do when we're winning. Let's go on a run here. We can do this.
Well, they were 0 for 6 from 3 in that third quarter, so obviously they got to start getting something to fall from deep. They go inside here.
Besides
coming and misses the layup. Golden State just 5 for 19 for the game from behind the arc. Minnesota's made 11 more threes than the Warriors. Ball out of bounds off Reed. Good deed by Draymond Green. Buddy Hield spinning on DiVincenzo and getting the layup.
And again, it doesn't have to be all threes right now for Golden State. No Gobert on the floor. There are opportunities. If you keep your dribble, you can get all the way to the rim.
Speaking of getting all the way to the rim, and we've seen that a bunch here, the Warriors defense just hasn't been as good as it needed to be.
No, they have not stopped the ball at the point of attack, up the floor. Got to contain penetration first. Force that ball to be kicked out.
Kuminga, another missed layup, but a foul, and he'll shoot 2. He is 8 of 8 at the line. Anthony Edwards checking back into the game. 16 third quarter points. Again, feeling things out early on. Again, here in game 4, finding more of a rhythm, though, tonight in the first half. And a great momentum builder by hitting that 30-footer to beat the first half buzzer. They were down 5 before that shot. They haven't looked back since.
He's just one of those scorers that you never really have fully under
They're
control
down by 19 points.
contained, because he's just
That's
so explosive.
tough.
The combination of his ability to attack the rim, draw fouls.
Anyone
and
else
that
watching the game?
Three-point shooting, which really he's added this year, over 10 three-point attempts per game in the regular season.
That missed free throw ends a stretch of 19 consecutive makes. They had a second chance opportunity, but Podziemski continues to struggle from 3. 0 for 4 tonight, 4 for his last 24. 0 for 7 are the Warriors this half. They didn't make a half in the first half of game 3.
Also
First
good.
time in a playoff game since 07.
Oh,
A miss by
whoa,
Conley. Excellent look by Anthony Edwards. Podziemski fouled by Edwards, and that is 5 on Anthony Edwards. That might be the only chance the Warriors have right now is to get him on the bench. And you would imagine that's where he's headed with 10-12 to go.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he's complaining about. Pajemski wisely caught that ball and took it directly into the lane, and he timed it up so that Anthony Edwards had nowhere to go but right through his back.
So Pajemski 4-4 at the line. Gets the bounce on that one. Take a look at the upcoming playoff schedule. TNT Tuesday, Cleveland hosting Indiana. The Pacers looking to close out the #1 seed Cavs on the road. The Denver at Oklahoma City.
Look, I'm glad you're all here.
9:30.
There, I said it.
2. Go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Nice bounce back win for Oklahoma City. Pajemski misses a free throw. 18-point lead for Minnesota. And a foul in the backcourt on Kuminga. That's only the first on him. Second team foul.
And you look at Pajemski and his struggles. He does so many things to help you win. He's a winning player. He rebounds, he defends, he's smart, he takes charges. But they needed his shooting in these 2 games. And he's a combined 3 for 20 in games 3 and 4.
Minnesota kicking it around the park a little bit, but so are the Warriors. A turnover by Hield. Alexander Walker around the screen.
Shadows traveling.
Pass intercepted by Hield. And Hield will blow the layup. Pajemski is there though with the stick back, and Chris Finch has had enough. 5 right now of his team. 16-point game.
Spike down B.
Charges.
Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle.
Last player standing.
My burden never ends.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of
Go, go, go.
AM, PM. Too much good stuff.
For real.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted.
No damage. What the hell?
Dusted.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Oh, okay. We back in it now.
Yeah, what's up, Threat City? Get it, Franco. Get it, Franco.
Never mind.
That's right. Let's go, let's go. Come on, let's see that energy, Dub Nation. Hey!
But I live like a rock star running from the cop car. I drop bars, slaps that knock hard, and I'm charged for this Mr. Large. I'm sick of the sauce.
That's right. Gold looks good on you. Hey!
Last player standing.
She's in the building and she's feeling herself. She's willing to help.
Oh, yeah, you
Still in sight.
I got your back.
Spike planted.
No more. No.
Last round before the switch.
No point saving. Buy it all.
They won 2 playoff series. Anthony Edwards has changed the direction by taking down some of the game's best players in postseason series. Last year, you had Jokic, Kevin Durant. In the first round, they beat the Lakers in 5, and now trying to take down the Warriors. Obviously, Steph Curry has not played for most of the series. Minnesota trying to go 3-1 and make the conference finals for the second straight year, something that's never happened. Checking with Katie.
Yeah, Dave. Well, Finch says Anthony Edwards' consistency throughout the playoffs this season has been his biggest area going out this year.
Scatter.
Kind of living and dying with everything that happened in the
My ult's not ready.
Spike planted.
The hunt begins. There we go. Flash out.
Last player standing. Switching sides.
Centerpiece of this franchise and will be for many
Rana,
years to come.
clock ticking.
Yeah, but this pairing now looks like seamless. They
Reloading.
are understanding how to play together at different times when Julius Randle could be the alpha, and they can play through him, and he's got a size advantage. But Anthony Edwards represents that offensive talent in this league that has an answer for anything in front of him. And his leadership has grown. And Chris Finch just raves about the number of ways in which he's added to his game, but also his personality type. He's a fighter, and he wants to win.
Golden State not out of it, though. Free throws by Kuminga. Get it to 16. 9-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Gobert underneath. Fouled by Draymond.
Cover going out.
Gobert will go to the line. 4 points, 5 rebounds. Third foul on Green.
Enemy spotted A.
There's my good.
Fourth foul on Draymond.
Healing you.
Thank you.
Well, Golden State.
Blinding.
A little bit of full court pressure there. They're trying
Gotta go.
Rudy Gobert catches that ball.
Enemy spotted A.
55.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
46% going into game 3, and he went 5 for 6. And he's 3 for 3 tonight.
And if Minnesota were to hang on.
Team Ace.
No one Wednesday if Steph Curry's able to
Amazing. I am honored.
Minnesota can close it out.
Push until they break.
Denver Oklahoma City series goes 7, and then Minnesota gets a chance to get a little rest. First things first, they got to close this out. Gobert gets it done at the free throw line. By the way, the Warriors have not had a made three-pointer since the 4:49 mark of the second quarter. They've missed 7 straight. They get a 2-pointer from Draymond Green.
I will be their nightmare.
12 points for Green.
Can't trade baskets at this point. Golden State has to get stopped, but Minnesota is just
Watch out!
Shadows traveling.
into the gut of the lane. Immediately up the floor. It's the angles that Golden State is taking
Go,
right
go,
now
go.
in the first.
A lot of easy baskets for Minnesota in
There.
the second half. Not so much in the first. He'll go. Sets his feet. Bring the three. McDaniels with the rebound.
Smart
Minnesota
move.
on offense shooting almost 70%
Be at
from the floor
peace.
this half.
Safe to do, help us.
Here.
Couldn't get it
Careful now.
For you.
Thank you.
Shadows traveling.
One enemy remaining.
Spike planted.
Shot clock down to 3. Randall doubled. Cross-court pass. DiVincenzo after it was tipped by violation.
Well, Minnesota not in a hurry in that possession.
My ultimate's ready.
Running that clock down. End up there with a force at the end. Golden State with a stop.
Charge and shoot.
Time is now
Easy
for the
enough.
Warriors with 7.5 to go. Kind of feels like the last opportunity for a big run here. Entry pass to Butler, catching deep in traffic. Didn't even look at the rim, just kicked it out. Shot clock at 5. Podziemski spinning, missing, and defensive rebound Conley.
And you can see with Jimmy Butler really just not aggressive, looking for his shot in the lane, how difficult a position it puts in some of these role players trying to make plays off the
I'm
dribble.
out of here.
Gets to them.
Shortcut.
Again to the basket, well defended by
Take
Kuminga.
this. Many enemies B.
Just missed it, rebound Green.
Beyond me.
Blinding.
He'll track it
Miles is ready.
Count the basket.
Last player standing.
Clean block. I thought he got that.
Can't go there.
It got he took that into the glass. That's a
See if it's over.
Coach called a timeout to challenge the goaltending decision.
Match point.
You man ready for a light show?
I'm out of here.
Snuff them out.
Upon review,
Cover going out.
determined that the ball had not reached its apex when it was blocked.
Here we
Therefore,
go.
This is a successful
Hot.
challenge.
Piss.
Imminent projection being worked to Minnesota.
Spike down A.
Come on, let's Minnesota will be charged for a timeout.
Someone
They
pay.
have to
Last player standing. Defenders win.
I'm gonna post the hours and then the hour and then go to bed.
All right, Dub Nation, it's time to get loud because we have some shirts coming your way right here, right now. So the louder you are, we got some shirts flying high. So put your hands up in the air, make some noise. Here we go, fourth quarter time. It's T-shirts. Let's go. I can't hear you. Come on. We got some shirts out here. Who wants them? Here we go. Put them up. Put them up. Let's go. Let's go. Put them up. Let's up. Let me see those hands. Let me see those hands.
Match found.
Successful challenge by Chris Finch, so he'll be able to keep his challenge for later. Clean block by McDaniels before it hit the backboard. And so it is 105-87 and 47-27 this half.
pretty nice luxury to have your small forward make a defensive play like that, but this is what we were talking about. The Warriors defensively here, once their offense really just collapsed, their defense followed suit. This is just one possession after another where Minnesota is just putting their head down, turning the corner, getting into the lane, and getting really anything they want at the rim.
The experience of making it to the conference finals has paid off in so many ways here this postseason, especially with the way the Wolves play on the road. If they win this game, they're 10-3 on the road the last two postseasons. Would be 4-1 this postseason if they close this out. 6.5 to go. Leading by 20.
And their stars leading the way. Julius Randle again with a floater. 58 now between Edwards and Randle.
Good block by Gobert. Edwards still on the bench with 5 fouls. Now a foul called on Moses Moody.
I am the beginning. I am the end.
Doesn't have a made field goal in this series. And a chance for Anthony Edwards maybe to get some rest too. If this lead stays like this, Chris Finch may not put him back in the game. I think he could probably play 48 and be just fine. He's that good of an athlete. Randle at the line shooting 2. Sensational series for Julius Randle. Missed that free throw, though. Thursday on ESPN, conference semis continue.
Maybe their killjoy isn't as smart as ours. I don't want to deal with her if she is.
That series tied at 2 with Game 5 tomorrow in OKC. And Cleveland force a Game 6. Right now, it's 3-1 Indiana. If there is a Game 6, it would be in Indianapolis. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown 7 Eastern time.
Julius Randle was laughing after that miss because that's his first missed free throw of the series. He was able to convert the second one. And after getting 60 combined in game 3, they're back to 59 tonight.
They just had their biggest lead of the game, but Draymond Green inside gets the basket. Jimmy Butler still stuck on 9 shot attempts, 12 points. Again, just doesn't look himself here. Certainly not the aggressive Butler we saw in game 3 on Saturday. They needed another 30-point game from Butler with no Curry.
Enemy spotted.
Cover going out. Reloading.
You fought
well.
You thought Green and Pajemski would contribute. They've got 25 points between them, but it's really been Jimmy Butler's drop-off that's hurt him the most.
Got an out-bounds call that Steve Kerr is going to challenge. The team is down 108-89.
Golden State has called timeout to challenge the out-of-bounds decision.
Ready.
Enemy spotted B.
One enemy remaining.
Last one down.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us. Here.
Going in the course, out of bounds, off of Golden State. Butler swipes it away. Vincenzo there. Butler steps out of bounds. It didn't appear to touch Jimmy Butler at that point.
This angle,
Enemy
a
spotted
little
B.
better view. Can't tell. You just can't tell.
Enemy spotted B. Return to dust.
He touched his fingertip after that anyway.
They hit the
Barrier.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted A.
back to being scoreless.
Flash out!
Planet.
The last 41 minutes played.
Inside. Insane.
6 rebounds, 3 assists. He's only
One enemy remaining.
shot in this game. And just not a lot of margin.
Here.
Keep it up. Screw up and they're on us.
By DiVincenzo as his left hand touched the ball prior to going out of bounds. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. The ball will be awarded to Golden State. Please reset the shot clock to 24.
So just to finish up that thought, one of the reasons they got Butler was because they needed somebody to take the pressure off of Steph Curry by getting to the foul line, and that just has not happened tonight.
Their offense is just predicated on Steph Curry's movement and the threat that he represents all over the floor, and the way that he forces miscommunications. It leads to opportunities, and you think about what they
Shadows traveling.
They had no made threes in the first half of game 3. They've got no made threes
Cover going
in the
out.
second half tonight of game 4.
Klay Thompson trained with the Mavericks.
Spike down A.
Obviously, no longer a
Not ready
Warriors,
yet.
and with an injury
Enemy
to
spotted
Curry,
A.
I have the spike.
Guys like Moses Moody, Pajemski, Buddy Hield, other than Hield, they have not gotten that. Hield is 2 of 6. Draymond Green.
Steal in sight.
So Draymond Green has 2 threes, and the rest of the team has a combined 3.
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
See ya.
So a foul
It's
inside.
you and me.
5 on him. So you get Edwards and McDaniels with 5 apiece.
No. 8 health.
Last round in the half.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all.
Committed 2 fouls, not forcing Golden State really to do anything offensively, and you put Jimmy Butler at the line for a couple of free throws. The clock stopped. That's a formula to start, a team to try to cut into this lead.
Need a drop.
Thanks.
I must
Warriors
stop their
haven't
ring.
lost 3 straight games since mid-December. They've only lost 3 straight games in time since Steve Kerr took over as head coach. That was in the NBA Finals when they lost to the Cavaliers in 2016. Danger of a third straight loss here.
Stealing sight.
Foul inside on the Warriors.
Your fault.
Go up 3-1. Only 13.
Enemy spotted B. My territory! My
Spike
room.
down B.
This guy, bro.
Here in San Francisco.
Your duty is not over.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
The defense.
Last player standing.
It's a
Spike
different type
down
of
B.
than what he faced in Houston and what they were able to pull off against him when it was just tough to get any daylight whatsoever. So I know he was relieved to find some space, have a great start.
I have this
and then
fight.
Unfortunately, grab that hamstring.
He'll get on the plane, though, with the team. They'll reevaluate him on game day, and we'll see if he plays Wednesday.
30 seconds left.
Planted.
If not, they need, obviously, a win to get to a game 6 back here Sunday. Empty possession, though, for the Warriors. The Wolves defense has really stepped up here in the second half. 19-point lead for Minnesota.
You should because you're trash.
Catches underneath the basket.
Yeah, fucking Kawhi.
Clutch.
3 and 4 trash.
Over the limit, so free throws for Minnesota.
Say 0-4 down
Switching
there.
sides.
Say it to me again, I'm almost there.
Time to hunt.
I'm cosplaying as my favorite female friend.
Because the Valkyries
What?
WNBA home opener, game 6, was
Cosplaying
pushed
Mom's
back to the
one.
18th. The Warriors will, at this point, likely have to win a road game to get back here and possibly get Curry back. And here comes Anthony Edwards. He's on the bench for a handful of minutes after picking up that 5th foul. He's got 30 points, 11 of 20, 6 of 11 from 3.
They've gotten good contributions tonight as well from other guys. I think Conley's been a stabilizer for them, and McDaniels has chipped in with 10 points and 13 boards.
Green missed it with the left hand, rebound Gobert. What's
Many
really
enemies A.
Cover going out.
Minnesota is Edwards is clearly the star. Julius Randle's been an all-star. The other guys know their role. Mike Conley knows his role. Jaden McDaniels.
Not ready yet.
Reloading.
Flags coming. Surge behind you.
It's a very well-coached team. And they're 4 minutes and 38 seconds away from a 3-1 lead over the Warriors.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Clutch.
Nice.
I am not just your healer. Prepare yourselves. We fight once again. What you gonna do when the crack goes down? Why you standing on the wall? Music's falling everywhere. So why don't you just move along? I see you looking at me like I'm some kind of freak. Get up out of your seat. Why don't you do something? I see you looking at me like I got what you need. Get up out of your seat. Why don't you do something?
Enemy spotted B. Here.
Cole Briscoe and David Lloyd is coming up next. Full breakdown of the game here in San Francisco. Highlights from our first game between the Knicks and Celtics. New York up 3-1 in that series.
Reloading.
Reloading. Jason Tatum suffered in the 4th quarter tonight in Madison Square Garden. State to 31 points this half. The Warriors had 32
Spike planted.
points in the second quarter. They led at halftime by 2. Jimmy Butler might be on the bench for good as you look at Santos and Spencer, Moody, Kevin Knox in the game. So it looks like Steve Kerr is going to give this game off. There we go. The comeback attempt won't be
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Who knows? I mean, everybody's different with these injuries, but having some experience with it, that would really be hard-pressed to imagine Steph Curry back for Game 5. I think all along,
Team Ace.
to somehow get this to a Game 6 at minimum, where he could reemerge.
Match point.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
Comebacks throughout this season, regular season and postseason. First 3 of the half for the Warriors.
They couldn't post hits in, and he was
Remember my little
very
Taco
close with
Bell?
them all season. But Steve Kerr feels like this series a little too fast.
I am everywhere.
But
My little
when you're
5-layer
that desperate
burrito.
for
Let's
shooting,
watch them together.
you think maybe he could have found an opportunity to get a few minutes. He knocks down the first 3 he gets.
And Moody, no baskets in this series. I would have got it to 13 with 3 minutes to go. Chris Finch keeping his starters in the game, even though Golden State has emptied his bench.
Spike down B.
Edwards looking to take Knox off the dribble, and he pops it up. Numbers for the Warriors if they hurry. Knox in transition with the slam. Down to 14 with 2:48 to go.
Chris Finch,
You should run.
pretty aware of some of the leads he's seen erased.
One enemy remaining. Defenders win.
Foul on Spencer. That's going to put Edwards at the line. Can't do that. He's trying to make it come back.
Why is it small again?
Put Randall at the line, actually. He was away from the ball.
This fucking
Randall,
dish.
29 points, 3 of 4 at the foul line. They got Santos for the foul. Now, Julius Randle got hurt into January last year, didn't play in the playoffs. Some weren't certain how he would fit in with this Minnesota team, but he's found his niche, and he's had a great series for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, everything he's done, he's been sure of. He just looks so confident in rhythm. He's reading the floor well. He's winning any matchup when he gets a smaller defender on him. There's just been no answer for Julius Randle throughout the postseason, but particularly in this series, even more so. And now you got both stars giving you 30-point nights.
114-98 Minnesota, 2.5 minutes away from a 3-1 series lead. And Knox throws it away. Not on the same page with Santos. So Pajemski was 3 of 14. Buddy Hield was 4 of 11 tonight. Jimmy Butler just 9 field goal attempts in 34 minutes. 14 points, only 5 free throw attempts. The Warriors 6 of 23 from 3, while Minnesota made 16 out of 33. Edwards missing there, but Knox stepped out of bounds.
So the one shot he needs to add to his repertoire is that running jump hook that he just tried. That's about the only thing that Anthony Edwards has not had in his golf bag in this series. That's going to need a little bit of polish, I think, this summer.
And I guess it's smart to look at the official right away and call for a foul, but it didn't look like a lot of contact.
Every shot I took in my career that didn't hit the rim, I immediately wiped my hand on my shorts as if I had sweat on my hand. Just automatic.
Well, Anthony Edwards going to come out. Imagine his night is over with 2 minutes to go. 30-point game for Anthony Edwards, and it was that 3 at the end of halftime that sparked the Wolves. For whatever reason, that momentum carried over to the third quarter. Had a 17-0 run.
State really couldn't have played better in the first half. They did everything they needed to offensively, but as Moody steps into a three, get it back to 13. Any team in this league, when you're missing a star player, it's so difficult, but particularly Golden State, and how much their offense is predicated around that man right there.
13-point game after the three by Moody. Finally makes a shot. He was 0 for his last 16 before that make. A foul on Golden State. Alexander Walker will go to the line. How dangerous if the Wolves hang on, have then 3 opportunities to advance. How dangerous is this team looking at the big picture here in the 2025 postseason? Steve Kerr going to challenge that. He does not think there was a foul. So we'll answer that question on the other side. 114-101 Minnesota.
Golden State has called a timeout to challenge the foul assessed Spencer.
Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it, yeah. Got no time is what you're known to say. I make you wish there was 48 hours to each day. Your
On the floor was a foul on the Warriors. Steve Kerr challenging that with his team down 13, 146 left, because they're over the limit, so it's going to be free throws. Boy, it looked like there was contact by Spencer
Upon
here in the
review,
reach-in.
it's been determined that there was no illegal contact by Spencer.
Oh, okay, looked like he hit the elbow, but
Therefore,
they say
this
no
is a
illegal
successful
contact.
challenge, and Golden State will receive their timeout back. They have no additional challenges. At the time of the whistle, there was no imminent possession, and play will resume with a jump
No
ball.
illegal contact, successful challenge